I see the screen splitting into two and it's like, yay, she's here. Woo woo. Yeah. Hello, hello. Welcome. It's just so good. We get really excited about these now, don't we, Hayley? Coming on here and answering questions about money and creating a positive relationship with money and why you would even do that. Yeah, it's because the more I speak to people about this outside of the sort of circle of people who are a part of our programs and are doing this with us, a lot of people are looking at me sort of strangely like, "Yeah, well, why would we do this? Why is this important? Like, why?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why is this important? Oh, I'm getting feedback. Wait,
welcome. There is a way as well, everybody who's on the live, that you can actually share the live with the people that with your followers and friends, but I'm not 100% sure yet what it is that you do. Maybe it's the little share button in the corner, but if it gives you an option to share with everyone, please do. The more, the merrier. The more people that can join, the better. And I think this thing about the conversation about money and creating a relationship with money, it's connecting into the fact that we actually have a power to make things different. So I was talking to my husband this morning, and we were chatting a little bit about how he had heard on the news that there was a lot of talk. I live in Ireland, and about the cost of house prices and how expensive they are, and that there's people who are aged like 18 to early 20s, and all the language was, they're stuck at home. It's absolutely impossible for them to ever raise enough money for a deposit for a mortgage. They are never going to move out. It's all this, and I was thinking, and then so people hear that on the radio. Then you go into work and then you chat about that in work on your work break with everybody about how it's totally impossible for everybody to ever change their financial situation. Yeah, and I was really thinking, wow, and with money we do that a lot, don't we? Like depending on how we grew up or where we see that we fit into our life, that's the cap, that's the amount of money you're allowed to have. My boyfriend, my husband's mother was taught when she was younger, and she talked about wanting to have central heating in her house. Her dad told her, no, central heating is just for rich people. You'll never have central heating.
You build this story, right?
Yeah.
You build this story from other people's reality, telling us, feeding into the system. There's not enough money in a recession. All of these things, and you go, oh yes, it's true, So we make it true for us, and that's not true. It's really not true. We get to create our own realities based on ourselves, based on what we truly believe, what we want to create. Every Monday, I say, stand in your CEO power, in your master creator power of you, because we are creating our lives, right? So stop buying other people's points of views about money. And this is why we do this work, right, Hannah? Because the more you begin to think about it and go, okay, well, what is true for me? The more we can connect with money. The more you build your relationship with money. This is why we're here. Oh, my sister is watching.
Welcome, Hayley sister. Welcome, Hayley sister. And it's this feeling that like normal rules don't apply. That's what I like to say. It's like normal rules don't apply. I'm not interested in anybody's statistics about how many people get to do this or how many people in a certain situation. And if you look at people who've achieved tremendous success in their lives, and I'm not saying that success is based purely on money alone. Of course it's not. That's a completely different conversation. But when you look at people have come from situations which other people would think you could never get out of, that you could never change. And it's that, my daughter is an actress. Her dream is to act. And, people tell her the statistics of how many people don't get work in. And I've always said to her, normal rules don't apply for you. Normal rules don't apply for you. And she's got this amazing relationship with money and with receiving and with everything that she sees she can bring and her vision for her future. And that's amazing, because when we see that we have power over our lives, all areas of our lives, we are then able to see what's in the way, our subconscious beliefs and limiting and beliefs and blocks that are in the way of it actually becoming reality. But it's like that don't let life live you. There's a saying, isn't there? Something like that, like don't let life live you, you live life. Don't let what society is telling you dictate how you how you live. And yeah, by choosing to create a positive relationship with money, by choosing to say, oh wow, I have a power here. I can take responsibility for the way I think about money, the way I feel about money, and take responsibility for the fact that the way I think about and feel about it now is impacting my financial reality.
Yeah. I mean, I had an amazing awareness this morning, and I mentioned it to you, Hannah, where I saw somebody say that she had X amount of money per month to pay for a program, but she didn't have. So she didn't have 200, but she did have 400. She didn't have 4,
but she had 2. Yeah.
But she had 200. And I looked at that and I suddenly went, oh, there are so many places and times that I have done that I've capped myself and gone, I'm only allowing myself to receive that 200 for the month to pay for that. There's no possible way that I'll be able to pay the 400. What? Yeah. We have this unconscious glass ceiling of, no, I know that this amount is going to come in this month. And yes, we do have, like, okay, if we have a job, we do know that there is a set amount coming in, right?
Yeah.
But when we say we're not willing to receive that 400, money doesn't hear that you are willing to receive the 200. Money just hears, oh, you're not willing to receive.
Yeah.
And the money will stop. Money can come from every direction to you, right?
Yeah.
Now, luckily for me, as an entrepreneur, I have multiple streams of income. So I have many different places that money can come from, which I often forget.
Yeah.
And I go into like, oh, no. I've only got this amount. And then my husband will say to me, but maybe we'll sell 10 of those packages this month. You don't know. And I go, oh, yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah, there's suddenly like infinite possibilities. Yeah.
It's that stop of that energy. Because when you say, I'm not, and you are not even saying it, you're unconsciously saying it, I'm not willing to receive that 400, I'm only willing to receive that 200, you probably won't even receive that 200 because you've stopped the flow of energy. You've stopped the connection between you and money.
Yeah. And you know what you've just said, when you said you said like about subconsciously, and the reason to begin this journey of looking, the first step is just looking. The first step is being open to, okay, if money is something that I have a relationship with, what's going on there? So taking a look at your financial situation, looking at and thinking, you then become like the majority of this is subconscious stuff, isn't it? The majority of the reasons that we do things, that we behave, how we behave, that we receive what we receive or don't receive is subconscious stuff. And that's when you start this journey. And that's why we really, really encourage you to join us for the monthly wealth date. There's one this Thursday at 7:30. They're recorded if you can't make it live. And it's about, if you're not yet in the position to join one of our other programs, this is about a way that you can commit to consistently showing up and examining this about yourself, because without looking at it honestly, taking responsibility for it and beginning to discover what's in the way, that's how we change this stuff. And the minute we set a goal or open ourselves up to opportunities of the things we want, that's when we discover what's in the way, isn't it? Like that's when we find out. And that's why this is so important, because when you clear and release those subconscious limiting beliefs and patterns that are based on so many different things, the way you grew up, your parents, stuff even in the past, the society you live in, the country you grew up in, it's also has so much impact on us.
So much.
Then
so
you
much. When I moved from South Africa to the UK, I could feel the difference with money. Yeah. It's incredible because as South Africans, we have a lot of shame. I say shame a lot, don't I?
You do. Shame. It's a real, I've never heard it said so much since I met you.
Yeah. So we have a lot of shame around money and, because of apartheid, everything that went on. So we feel, subconsciously, again, like we want to get rid of our money so that we're not judged for having money.
Yeah.
And when I moved to the UK, I felt that shift, that was not there anymore. So it really makes a difference where you live, where you grew up, what you're rooted in, your belief systems that you're rooted in. But if you move to another country, you've probably taken on those beliefs as well. So you have double the amount. And this is why we do this work, is to uncover these and have these kinds of conversations, because you're opening up the space for a better connection with money so that your flow
exactly. And we don't even have to know all the exact reasons why we do something. It's a rabbit hole that we can really easily get stuck in. And I know I was stuck in that once upon a time. I wanted to know exactly why, what happened, at what stage in my life, by who said what that meant that I was in debt, like whose fault is it, how can I... And then you realize that actually keeps you stuck. But once you have the awareness of the fact that you're blocking something, it's so much easier to shift it, isn't it? Without actually even having to go into the how. Here, there's just a comment there. Wow, getting judged for having money, so subconsciously blocking it. Yes, yes, yes. And these are all the things that we cover. We're going to be touching on in the Wealth Day, but we also cover in much more detail in the Magnificent Money Academy. And there's so many, and when you realize, you go, oh wow, yeah, and not wanting to be different is a huge thing, isn't it? For some, I know I'm going off on a bit of a tangent here, but like not wanting to be different to our families or to our friends, and what will happen if I'm suddenly different and I get loads. There's it's so exciting. I just love it. And it's, you can and I've been really taking a moment to look at my life now compared to my life 3 years ago, and it's just so ridiculously different on so many different levels. And starting to look at the way I felt about money has had such an impact on so many other things in my life. And yeah, it's really I'm like, wow, yeah, this really it shifts stuff. It makes a difference. It has a massively positive impact. I think we've probably just answered one of the first questions, haven't we? I think, which was why one of the questions that we had sent in, thank you so much, was why would I try and how do I make money my best friend? And it's by doing this that we're talking about, committing to money like you would commit to a friendship or a relationship, and really looking at how you show up. Because like if I think of me, I would get like so anxious, sweaty palms, freaking out when a bill came in, and often just like put it away, not look at it, but spend that money on something else to kind of momentarily distract myself, but then have all that guilt and shame again around not paying a bill, that person that meant, and thinking of larger amounts of money terrified me because I didn't really know how to work out taxes. What if I couldn't pay the taxes? What if and what if I just messed up again with and shame. A really amazing woman messaged me earlier talking about wanting to join one of our programs and the reasons why she felt she couldn't at the moment. And one of the sentences she said to me was, I'm drowning in debt right now, and I'm hustling to get and like you went. And I just thought, and we all know that feeling. But when we say those words, I'm drowning in debt, like there's what we're putting out there and what we're telling ourselves is really, there's no hope. I mean, drowning is drowning. You're trying not to, but you're not swimming with ease. You're not laying on your back in a swimming pool with the sun on you, just floating along. It's like, it felt like such a panic. And I was saying to her, well, let's just change the language there. I am creating abundance to release this debt, or even better, I'm excited and grateful for I have released this debt, and to go into a bit of celebration for the debt and what it's, how it's served you in the past, and of herself, because again, there's so much shame, isn't there, that we link to all these things. So much shame.
And I know we spoke about this, I think, in the last as well. And as you said, celebrate the debt for what it's done, where it's got you. That you had that available to you to get to where you are, and just say thank you. Wow. How do I get to change this now? And this is the conversation. The word keeps coming up for me that I've wanted to speak about relationship with money, and I haven't, because it's such a strong word, and it's abuse.
Yeah.
We abuse money,
Yeah.
right? And then we expect money to show up for us and trust that money will be there for us when we've been abusing it for most of our lives.
Yeah. Completely. And that's
Right.
when, that was literally when I first looked. I think I've shared this as well. You know, when I looked at my relationship with my husband and how joyful that was, how easy it was, how relaxing, and you know, we've been together a long, long time, and we're really lucky. We have a lot of trust. You know, it's wonderful. And then I thought, okay, well, if I replaced my husband with money, how do I treat money? Oh, wow. Yeah, when it comes in, I don't acknowledge it at all, dismiss it, and spend it on anything without any thought, or I feel really, really stressed and kind of like pushing it away. I don't trust it at all. I don't trust that it's ever going to come back. I speak negatively about it, and I used to always say, "There's never enough. I don't have enough money." Imagine if you were saying to your husband or partner or wife or friend, "Well, you're not enough. There's never enough of you. I never get enough of you. You never give me enough. You never give me enough." Like, and push them away. Like it, and that's that. It may sound sort of strange at first, but it really, and then yet wanting that person to keep showing up consistently for you. And also when we feel like this and we have all these negative feelings around money, the money doesn't want to come. It doesn't want to make us more stressed. Like, you know, if you're stressed about €5 or whatever your currency is, well, if you have 500,000, are you going to be 500,000 times more stressed? Like, I'll stay away. It's oh yeah, we just could talk.
I just love that, Hannah, because when you replace money with a person, as you say, like your husband, it becomes so real.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us don't equate money to an actual being, an actual entity, right? It's just a thing. Money is just a thing, but money is an energy. Money is its own being. So yes, this is what we want you to start creating, is seeing money for who she or he really is. We did this on our first wealth date.
Yeah.
Inviting you to connect with money. And if you haven't watched it, just ask for the link down below and we'll send you to the YouTube for that. But it was amazing how some people began to see money in a form, in a shape. Because as you say, would you ever say to your husband, "You're not enough"?
No.
Get out. I'm not even acknowledging you as you walk through the door.
Yeah, I know. Or I'm going to push you away and like just give you to someone else to spend time with that you're not even interested in. Yeah. And or I'm going to use you to just make me feel better about myself for a bit, you know, but it's not going to. Yeah. And also, how much do we blame? How many times has anybody blamed money for bad things that happen in the world as well? You know, like Hayley, if I was saying to you, well, look at all the people who are starving in this world, that's all your fault. You know, it's all your fault. You're terrible, Hayley. You're bad because it's all your fault that you're not feeding all the people who like. Whew. So we want to set people free of this and really, because money also, what I've learned about it is it's neutral. It's neutral. It's not trying to be bad. It's not trying to be good. It's just it's this lovely neutral. Yeah.
It is no good or right or wrong. It's our perspective and perception.
Yes.
That's good or bad, right or wrong. Money is just money.
Yeah. And the two things that I'm so passionate about is people creating a positive relationship with money and also creating a positive relationship with themselves. So you can do that same exercise that you do with money, thinking of as a person, and think of the way you think about and speak about yourself. If that was a friend, would you want to hang around with that friend? Because also how you feel about yourself has a huge impact on how much money you're able to receive, doesn't it? It's like, you know, for me, that was huge. Working on my self-value, and it's a topic that everybody loves working on with us is self-value. And then the more you value yourself, the more you're able to receive more money, particularly as well for services that you offer, which, you know, and raising prices and that sort of thing. I had one.
Someone once told money is the source of all love. Now that's different, right? Because we're all told money is the source of evil. I love that. And I think Sophie also asked, when is MMA open? Actually, our doors are open, Sophie, and so please get in touch with us. Just send us a DM and we can have a conversation with you.
Yeah, they were open for a short time for people who were on the wait list. So do just, let us know. And then they'll close again, and then they will open again in the not too distant future. But if you feel like you are ready now to find out more about the Magnificent Money Academy, send us a DM here or drop an email. I have a question here as well that I wanted to share. It's a lovely question that we got in the Magnificent Money portal community. Actually, I just have to move my phone slightly so I can read it. So this was from Gabby, and I love this question because there's a few questions in one. Actually, just sorry, the Cara says, I would love to be in love with money like I'm in love with my husband and not let it control me with fear. Yes, well, there's your intention. Set that intention now and commit to doing that. And it starts now. It starts now with you being here on this live. So celebrating you for showing up here. Come join us for the Wealth Date on this Thursday evening. And send us an email if you want to find out more about our other programs. But that is what we are here for you to make that a reality. And it really is absolutely a reality. Gabby said, I've recently had a lot of unexpected expenses and one health issue after another. I wonder if this situation is telling me anything about my relationship with money. Like, I don't want to give up and be off sick from work. I want to keep working and be productive, but sometimes my body pushes me for breaks that I don't really want nor need. She says in inverted commas, I don't need a break from money. However, my body probably just needs to rest. Then the unexpected expenses that showed up made me really think about all of this because I want to show up for money in many ways, but somewhere I got misaligned, I guess. So thank you so much, Gabby, for this question. And yeah, this it's questions like these are wonderful because there's so many different layers to this, and there's so many different possibilities for why this situation is existing. And I mean, one thing that really fascinates me is how we often have this cap, and it touches a bit on what you said earlier, Hayley, about the kind of limiting more coming in, Did I just go quiet?
Yes, there you are.
My daughter was ringing me. We're traveling to Lisbon tomorrow, myself and Hayley, and I was asking her to buy me the little plastic bottles, the travel. So she's probably ringing me to ask me about that. So sorry. But how we can we keep it real here, how we can have a cap on the amount that we bring in. And if you find sometimes that, and it's a subconscious cap of how much money we allow in our life and allow ourselves to receive before something has to happen to stop it going higher. And often you'll see this in things like when more money comes in, suddenly something will happen to your car, or, a bill will come in, or something will happen with the house. There'll be somewhere that the money needs to go. And for me, I really related to this. No matter how much money I brought in, I ended up in the same place each month. So it's that really getting really aligned with the vision that you have and really feeling into what could possibly be in the way. And I feel like there's also a link in here to I need to work hard to make money. I want to keep working and be productive. This has been been one for me. Yeah. More money means more work. I don't want more work because I'm exhausted and I'm overwhelmed. Oh, and if I have more work, then but I want more money. So yeah, I'll say yes to more things, but then I'll be overwhelmed. And no, I don't want to be overwhelmed. I don't want more. So I won't have more money and I'll stay. And then maybe I will get burnt out. That happened to me many times. I get so burnt out that it's not even I'm just burnt out. So I have to, so I'm not sure I'm answering completely, Gabby, because this is something that we can really explore.
What comes up for me is the body, your body is telling you something by becoming ill. First of all, are you aligned with what you're doing to receive the money, right? The job that you do you love your work? Because like Hannah said, I've been burnt out, run down, so ill, doing things that I should not have been doing, but I was chasing the money.
Yeah.
I was chasing the money, but I was so unhappy. And that never worked out for me. It never works out for anybody. So your body is telling you that you need to shift directions, whatever that is. So I, again, like you have a relationship with money, I have a relationship with my body where I sit and connect with her and really ask her what she is requiring. And in January, I got really, really ill. And I had been saying that I was going to go within, I was going to slow down in January. I felt like I was hibernating, but clearly I was not hibernating enough. And I got really, really ill. Whereas a whole week I was in bed sleeping. And sometimes your body needs that reset of just quiet.
Yeah.
To recalibrate and especially in the Northern Hemisphere at this time of year, right? It's been wintering. Spring is here. It is here. The planet is showing us, the earth is showing us with all the beautiful
I have daffodils coming up in my garden. Oh,
so beautiful. So I would really, Gabby, tune into your body, ask yourself honestly, have a beautiful, vulnerable conversation with yourself. Are you aligned with what you're choosing to do? And if no, okay, well, let's start choosing different possibilities for you. Ask questions. Okay, what would I love to be doing? Where would I love to be working? Who could employ me, or am I employing myself? All of these different things. When we ask questions, we're opening the doors of possibilities, right? You're opening the space for energy to flow.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing by asking questions. You're opening spaces for different things to show up in your world, for money to show up in your world. So yeah, that's what I would do first and foremost, is start to play with that.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. And that's where I find scripts are so powerful, writing out, really looking at and shining a spotlight on all your life and what are the things that are working, not working so well, and how would it be if you could wave a magic wand. And I'm definitely going to talk about scripts this Thursday, actually, on the Wealth Date, because I wrote a new one for myself this week, and already, boom, things are shifting and changing. So yeah, I really do. It would be amazing to see everybody here on the Wealth Date on Thursday and share about it with as many people as you can, because it's really, it's the showing up for yourself. And the minute you do it, and the minute you make that relatively small investment in yourself, it's a sign that you're actually saying, yes, I'm serious about this. I know, and for years I signed up for everything that was free, free things, and that's fine, and sometimes that's where you are, and that's what you need to do, is get the most. But I never quite committed to things in the same way as when I had made some kind of financial investment. And it feels particularly important when it's to do with money, because that investment in yourself to begin creating a positive relationship with money just instantly shifts energy. Things are instantly changing. It's a new, fresh energy. And yeah, we would just absolutely love you to be there. And we'll share the link. The link is in the bio of this Instagram account, or if you can't find it there, just leave a comment and we'll send it to you in a DM. And if you have any questions about it, reach out. That's what we're here for. That's what we love to do.
Any questions on money, just
feel free to ask in the comments, and we will answer them again next week. We are live every Tuesday, 3 p.m. UK time on Instagram.
And we're managing to keep it to a half an hour, because I know that we could easily sit here for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and keep talking. But we'll continue this conversation on Thursday at the Wealth Day, and we'll also be back here next Tuesday. It's so good to see you, Hayley, and I'm so excited because tomorrow I get to see Hayley in person and hug her in Lisbon Airport, because we're flying over for our Magnificent Money Academy retreat on Saturday, which is a goosebump, tingling butterflies kind of a day with Jodie. It's going to be absolutely amazing. But yeah, thank you so much to everybody for being here. Do share this to your story as well if it feels aligned afterwards, because we're here to reach as many people as we can. Thank you so much, Cara. We will have a fabulous time. And yeah, like we said, if you're interested in finding out more about any of our programs, just drop an email. We love you.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.